Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do the Beauty and the Beast tag. So, if you haven't seen my video with all my collector Barbies, I will link that down below. I did that last year for Vlogmas, but for this video I had to pull out the Beauty and the Beast version. Okay, look how cute she is. We love to see it. This was the Holiday Christmas Belle Special Edition, okay? 1997. Okay, here we go. So, had this cute little ornament in there, you can see. Never been opened. One of my favorites that I own. It was Beauty and the Beast and the Enchanted Christmas, okay? So, that was her. We'd love to see it. And this was the back of the box. I showed these all in detail in the video for Vlogmas because I have a lot of Christmas ones. I have the Wizard of Oz set. So much fun. Love these, okay? My mom, thank you to my mom for keeping them away from me as a kid because, honey, we wouldn't have them today like this, okay? So, but I had to bring that out for this video and had to, for the thumbnail, do my mug that my best friend Amy got me, my Beauty and the Beast mug. But without further ado, I was tagged by Katie and Kelly. I will leave their videos down below. It's taking me a little bit to get to this. I was behind on tags. I think I've been tagging a couple other things. I'm so sorry if I haven't done them or if I've missed it, all that stuff. But we're just going to dive into these questions. So let me get my notebook, okay? First question is, oh, what a guy, Gaston. A villain you can't help but love. Now, let me tell y'all, the difficulty I had in answering this question, okay? Like, only thing for a villain that I actually really liked was, and I read this years ago, I mean, like, years and years ago, was the Darkling from Shadow and Bone. So I don't even own them books no more. That was it. I can remember loving that. Just loving that trilogy. Let's move on from that. But other than that, the only one I could think of was I do really like Smaug the dragon in The Hobbit. Who doesn't love Smaug? I'm just saying. I mean, I couldn't think of nothing. I was like, what villain? I looked at my shelf for days. Now, it's probably going to come to me, y'all. And I'm going to be like, well, that was obvious. But when I'm editing this video, I don't know that I'll have an answer. So, we're just going to move on to question number 2, because I got nothing. All right, number 2. Here's where she meets Prince Charming. Your one true pairing. Now, you already know. All right, so there are so many, okay, and it wouldn't be a Book Lover Amanda tag video without multiples, okay? Now, I am going to say for nostalgia's sake, we all know that Jamie and Claire from Outlander, definitely my one true pairing forever. Like, for nostalgia's sake, okay? But we don't have that on the shelf no more. I'm not rereading it anymore, not really promoting it anymore, but I wanted to just say that because that was obvious for years, right? But now we have some better answers. So we've got from the Maid of Ballymacul, Brianna and Michael. Immediately, yes, they are amazing. Love them so much, okay? We've got Quincy and Nora from Where the Road Bends by Rachel Fordham. Absolutely love them so much. Love this book. Y'all got to read it. Then we've got
Jeb and Cora from, what's his name?
Then we've got Jeb and Cora from The Heart of the Mountains, Pepper Basham. I need to reread that. I love that. Then, of course, Marcus and Hadassah. Say less. I mean, amazing. Asher and Katie. Yes. My Hope Next Door, Tammy Gray. Sam and Jen. Stay With Me. Do I need to say anything else? I mean, I've been talking about these books right here in this sack forever. So, yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the relationships. There is one I wanted to say, but I got that book for another answer, so we're just going to go on. You all know my main couples I love. It is what it is. Okay, that's just the ones I picked, okay? Question number 3. I want more, what am I saying? I want so much more than this provincial life. A character destined for great things. Now, I had to think about this, but you know what? I think that Mary Bennett would be one from Pride and Prejudice, okay? We don't see a lot of her, but I feel like she would be destined for great things, especially after I read The Other Bennett Sister and saw like what it could have been like for Mary Bennett. Immediately, yes. I really feel like that. You know, I just feel like there's so much more for her, you know? And then, I don't know where my Honest June books are. I've looked. I ain't got no idea. I put them somewhere. But Honest June from the middle grade series, Honest June. She would do great things. If this series continues on to when she's a teenager into adulthood, she's going to do some great things. I loved her so much. The series is just wonderful. Chrissy at Chrissy's Purple Library, she recommended this, and I'm just so glad that I read this whole series. So great. I definitely wish there would be more in this series, but I think it's finished in these 3. But you know, I think that Baby June, she's going to be destined for great things, honey. Now, I am currently reading Voice of the Ancient, okay? And I'm loving this, by the way, by Connelly Cassette. This is a biblical fiction set in the time of King Saul, and our main girl in here is Keziah, and she is the daughter of one of the powerful clan chiefs in the territory of Manasseh. She has this forced marriage, or she's supposed to marry this older man, because you know how that was back then in biblical times, and in forced marriages, honey, to like help the family and all that mess. Okay, and so she ends up running away to try to be with her mother's family, and just the journey she takes. She's pretending to be this boy, disguised, and all this stuff. Like, she's going to be destined for great things in the future. I'm loving her character in this story. So she's 17 years old. It's really interesting. I also think that Avidan, both of these characters really are destined for great things. Both of them, because he's helping her along the way in her. They end up meeting up in this journey. I'm loving them, so I have to just give them kind of like this shout out. I'm not finished with the book yet, but I really feel like they definitely would be, and as they get older. It's a really great coming of age story. So, all right, number 4, Be Our Guest, a book that makes you hungry. All right, definitely. Hold on one second. Let me grab this, because you already know, I think, what I'm going to be saying. I should have been ready on this, but was I ready? It's a no. All right, here, let's make sure we don't drop no books. All right. Commentary. Hot Pot Murder. What am I saying? Death by Bubble Tea and Hot Pot Murder. These books, I mean, immediately, these are the ones I think of, because the way that Jennifer Chow describes food and characters kind of like their food, it's hilarious. It's so good. It always makes me want to eat. I need a hot pot. Okay. It just makes me want to eat. I mean, she's got bubble tea recipes, the hot pot, the descriptions. I mean, look at the cover here, y'all. You see this? It just made me hungry looking at the cover. I'm just saying. So, the LA Night Market, all the things. Definitely these cozy mysteries. These are fun.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of doing a video, Hubs. You want to come over here and say hey? The Hubs that open the door.
Oh, man. Hey.
What are you doing in here?
Eating some cheese.
Go on.
She didn't expect that. It was like...
I did not expect this. Okay, I'm talking about books that make me hungry. Wouldn't you think this book make you hungry?
Huh?
A book that would make you hungry, wouldn't you say? We interrupt this.
That makes me sushi right there. Look at that right there. What's this other one though?
Bubble Tea. Death by Bubble Tea.
No, this one wins definitely. I can't get down. I'm like having to duck down.
All right, Hubs.
All right. Peace out.
I'm almost done. But anyway, sorry, the Hubs interruption. Okay, we had an intermission, as Chrissy calls it, intermission. But yeah, both of these great cozy mysteries. I talked about them in my cozy mystery video, and I don't even know what to say because the Hubs that interrupted me, and I'm all messed up. All right, let's go. Keeping all that in there because transparency. He's like, "What are you doing?" I told him I needed 10 minutes. Okay, we are. It's been 10 minutes, and I'm on question 4. So I lied. But okay, so question number 5 is Beauty and the Beast: Opposites Attract. So I had to think on this. Miriam just recently did this video. I'll link her video down below as well. It was great. I was like, girl, I don't even know. So she talked about Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. Immediately yes. Immediately yes. And the characters from the Tammy Gray series. Specifically, Love and the Silver Lining. I'm not going to say names. Okay. But the girl and the guy in this. Yes, I will say that. I was like, girl, you on point with that. But then I finally thought of one. And that was Pixels and Paint by Christy Ann Hunter. 2 characters in there. I'm just saying. Like, she was all this. The names have left me. But wasn't that Carter? The names, they gone. But I cannot remember names for nothing. I mean, I just read that and I can't remember nothing. What was her name? I'm done. Anyway, but them 2, they completely were opposites attract. Because he was his artist. She was not into art at all. Like, she had no art appreciation whatsoever. And she was this big programmer, you know, really into that and technology. And he was not involved in that at all. So that was a really good one. So, yeah, love that book. I know a lot of y'all have said you want to read it. I highly recommend it. Great Christian rom-com. All right. Then we've got number 6. But there's something in him that wasn't there before. A character who is more than what they seem. One of these I want to say, but I can't. I just feel like it's kind of spoiling something. So I think in When the Day Comes, one of the characters in this, the twist in this, I didn't see it. Definitely. If you know who I'm talking about. I can't say it because I don't want any kind of hints. But there is a character in this that's so much more than what they say, and I didn't see it at all. Loved it. Gabrielle Meyer, honey, let me say, she gonna pop up in another answer soon. All right, that one. And of course, I think Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice is definitely more than he seems. Like, me and the hubs just finished watching Pride and Prejudice tonight, by the way. It took us about 3 weeks, but we finished it. Okay, the movie, 2005 movie. Loved it so much. Okay, I loved it so much. He did too. He was like, we need to rewatch this all the way through if we can ever do it. You know, like, we were watching other things and never got to prioritize it. We'd love to like go back and watch it like beginning to end, but has it happened? I don't know if it will. When you got kids, I mean, whatever. As soon as we finished that, my kid come in there and he was like, wanting to watch his Pokemon. So anyway, yeah, you gotta pick your battles. But I think Mr. Darcy, long-winded answer. And then I
actually think, who is it? Where you at? Come on, where'd that be? There it is.
All right, and I actually think that Fern from The Good Sister is definitely so much more than she's saying. She's one of my favorite book characters of all time. Can't talk, but she is my favorite, one of my favorite book characters of all time. Sally Hepworth, definitely new author to check out. I just recently bought The Soulmate and some other book by her. I can't remember what it's called. Okay, The Memory Amanda Lost. Okay, that's what I keep saying. Okay, just like the words we lost, The Memory Amanda Lost. Okay, it's gone. My brain. I can't remember names for nothing. But names, titles, the whole thing. But transparency. Fern in this, yes. She's so much more to her. I love her so much. Okay. All right, next question, number 7. Hope I ain't skipped nothing, but if I have, forgive me. Number 7, I was innocent and certain. I vow. What? What? I was innocent and certain. Now I'm wiser but unsure. Can't read my writing. Anyway, a book that changed you. Now, here's where Gabrielle Meyer comes back in. I truly feel like this series, When the Day Comes, the Timeless series, and In This Moment, but more specifically When the Day Comes, completely changed me and my reading and just my thoughts of reading, specifically like the Outlander series. It was honestly this special gem that I feel like the Lord just led me to this book in a way, because it helped me realize that we can have these really great time travel romances and that has great Christian faith and just not have all that extra junk like in the Outlander books that was so beloved to me. You know, it was not soon after I read this book that I was taking those books off my shelf. I had a whole discussion about that, by the way, in a vlog. If you haven't seen it, I will link the vlog. But yeah, very, very, just very influential in my reading. This was almost like a pivotal moment, we'll call it, in my reading throughout my channel of I don't need this anymore. You know, like if another Outlander book comes out, because there is a book 10 to come, will I read it? Probably. But will I be so obsessed and involved with it? No. You know, I want to see the plot points, but content in there is just something I'm not interested in. You know, I talked about rereading the series. I don't think I will. It's not as beloved. I mean, I just finished watching season 7. It was a lot more tame, I have to say. The nudity was to a minimum. You know, we were able to skip some things. I was very thankful for that. And see actually the plot. They really cut down. There might have been 2 sex scenes the entire season 7. And we were able to skip them very easily. That was great. I'm rambling, but the whole point of this is this book changed my perception and my feelings and my thoughts about reading in general. I don't need those Outlander books anymore. You know, the content in there was just unnecessary. You know, and this book showed me that we can have good Christian clean reads without that mess. You know, favorite of the year. You know, it really is favorite of all time. It's above Outlander for me. It really is, and that is a big thing for me. That was a big deal for me this year. So that's one of the books that changed me. And you know, I have to say, just like, I think Katie said this as well, but a lot of us will feel this way about Mrs. Kipp, The Extraordinary Deaths of Mrs. Kipp by Sarah Brunsfold. An amazing contemporary story. Mrs. Kipp, I love her. She has so much beautiful advice. This character, we know she's dying in this story, but she's not done with her life yet. She is ready to tell us all about her life. And there's just so much she did for others and was just such a great person. And I loved her. She has this feisty fervor for life. And I She was just amazing, and the quotes in this are just beautiful. I highly recommend this. I would love to reread this and tab it up. I wasn't someone to really tab up books back then, but I've started trying to do more of that, like annotate, and I would love to do that because there was just so many good things in this. So yeah, Mrs. Kip forever changed because of her. Amazing. The other book I feel like changed me was A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. I think Redeeming Love is also one that changed me many years ago, but this one, something about this story just sticks with me. Hadassah, the faith, Marcus, the family, like everything in this, 10 out of 10, okay? It really still sticks with me. It's one I could reread. A lot of you all reread that series a lot. So I just, yeah, amazing. Question number 8. We're getting long-winded on this. Kill the Beast. A book you picked up because of the hype. Now, I got 3, and they're all secular, okay? So first is going to be The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I love the cover. It was one of my Book of the Month picks. I really enjoyed this. I give it 4 stars. There's a couple things I didn't love, but still just really great, clean romance. And it had fake dating. It was all the fun things I enjoyed. So yeah, I think it lives up to the hype. You know, there is a little bit of language, but it's a closed-door romance. So we love to see that, especially in the secular realm. A lot of these secular authors are no longer writing clean, so that's really nice to see in her books. And she just tells a great story, I think. So the other one was Finley Donovan is killing it. Can't talk, but Finley Donovan is killing it by, what's her name? Elle Cossimano, you know. This was a mystery series. I have not read book 2 yet. It's on my list. I own book 2. And book 3 keeps coming at the library, so I need to read book 2. So, but anyway, this one was very hyped. I think I gave it 4 stars. It does have some like sexual innuendos. It's a bit much. Some of the murder parts were a little bit much, but overall, I still really enjoyed the series. I do want to continue on and see what I think in book 2. Is it an all-time favorite? No, but I did really enjoy it at the time I read it because it made me laugh quite a bit. And the main characters are funny. And then, of course, just like Miriam said, the Caraval trilogy, okay, I loved it when I read it. Do I remember it? Absolutely not. I do not remember anything about them. I don't even remember who Legend is, okay? That is how bad I am with this, okay? So, yeah, I need to reread this. But that's why I bought the box set at Prime Day, because I plan to reread this series, okay, y'all? But Caraval, I remember listening to the audiobooks in 2017, 2018, 16, I can't remember. Yeah, 33-year-old Amanda does not remember anything about what 26, 27-year-old Amanda read, so we here. But again, plan to reread. That was one that I had read because of the hype. Another one was the Spy Family trilogy, series that a lot of people were reading, and it's a no for me. I don't think I'm going to continue on anymore after that last book 9 was trash, you know, so yeah, it was not good. Too much child sexualization going on in that series, and violence. It's too much, you know, like, I still love Anya, you know, don't get me wrong, I still love Anya, but that series, you know, no, it's not for me anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, we're going to move on. Question number 9 is, I'll Never Shake Away the Pain, a book or moment that made you cry. Now look, everybody knows the books that made me cry at this point. I mean, we got Unlocked, Karen Kingsbury, sitting right here, pulled it out, about a character, about an 18-year-old boy with autism. Oh yeah, you know I cried, honey. Definitely. Prologue had me sobbing. Stubborn Heart, Becky Wade, definitely. Loving a Little White Lie, had me crying. My Hope Next Door, Stay With Me, Echo in the Darkness, I sobbed, read it in like 24 hours, I'm just saying. Where the Road Bends, I want to say I cried a little bit in that. What else? Of course, Voice in the Wind, Redeeming Love, I mean, The Masterpiece, you know, I'm just like throwing all this out here. Mrs. Kip, When the Day Comes, page 349, chapter 30, sobbing. I was sobbing. The twist, I was sobbing. All right, I mean, all the books, let's just say that. All the books. There's so many great books. I am a crier when I read. I am an emotional reader. Like, I'll be sobbing and like, I mean, even just Voice of the Ancient, honey. There was a moment at the end of one of the chapters, the last sentence of one of the chapters I read a little bit ago had me tearing up. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on. All right, whatever. The final question is, how does a moment last forever? A book you've loved since childhood. I don't know that I have anything on this either. Didn't write nothing down. I read as a kid. I loved A Wrinkle in Time. That's my answer, I guess. I did reread it as an adult and I loved it. I want to continue on in the series at some point. We can say, I guess, the Sailor Moon manga series. These are all upside down, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm about to drop these. I did recently pick these up. These are the new editions. I want to try to reread them, see how I feel. There may be some things that I don't feel as happy about anymore in this, but Sailor Moon was something I loved as a child, and it just holds such nostalgia for me, so I'm afraid to kind of reread it because, you know, your girl. But I have all the 2011 books on my shelf, and so I picked these 3 up on Pango Store because they're a little bit different in the translation, so I think they're closer in translation. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, that'd be it. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for my answers. I'm not going to tag anybody. Consider yourself tagged. If you need a video, consider yourself tagged on this, because I don't know who's done it at this point, but who's been tagged and who hasn't. But I always say at the end of these tags, if you need a video, please do this. I would love to see it. Let me know in the comments if you do it, all that stuff, all the good things. Sorry, this is a bit chaotic. The hub's popping in. Y'all probably love that, though. That's funny. He's like, what are you doing? Anyway, I know this was chaos, but we love a good chaotic video at this point. I don't know what else I'm going to be filming for the rest of the week. I didn't even do a mid-month wrap-up, y'all. I won't regret this. Anyway, which I've talked a lot about the books that I've read so far this month. But if you want to know, keep up with me. My blog is linked below because... and Goodreads, of course, and Instagram. I'm doing a lot of posts on Instagram with reviews. But check out my blog down below. I'm up to date with reviews on there. So y'all can check out and kind of see what I've been reading this month. But I will do a wrap-up, of course, as usual. But yeah, it might be a little lengthy. So anyway, I love you guys so much. I won't keep rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Let's chat in the comments below. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, y'all.